Hello, my beautiful people. How are we doing today? How are we doing today? Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, 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 hello. How are we guys doing today? I hope we are good. You're very welcome. If you are new here, I'm happy to have you here. Where are those people in the building? Where are you guys? Please come, 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 come. Let's make something for today. So I found a perfect place that I've been making live stream, so you guys will be able to see wherever we are working. And guys, so first of all, we're gonna start by drawing a straight line. I'm gonna have to use this my ruler to draw that straight line. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this up like this, so you can go ahead and see. Right. Let's move a little bit. Alright guys, so I've just drawn a straight line, which is going to be the guide line, the start point. Yeah. Is it the guideline? Yeah. The start point or the baseline. Whatever line you can call it, whatever you can call it, is up to you. So I'm gonna have to draw this with my bow marker because the pencil is not really showing too good. So okay, so let's go ahead and start. Like I said, we're going to be starting from the basic pattern. Alright, so on this basic line, what I'm going to do is to take the shoulder measurement divided by 2, which is going to give me 7. Mine is 14. 14 divided by 2 is going to give me 7. I'm going to go ahead and slant it down by 1 inch, which is for the shoulder slope. Now I'm going to move now to my armhole depth, which is the 7 inch. After that, I'll go ahead now, connect these points up with straight line, following up from here to here, and I'm going to do the same thing right there. Once I'm done doing so, the next thing I'm going to do is to mark neck depth of 3 inch. If you don't know how to get the neck depth, I always divide my round neck by 6. Okay, whatever you have, just go ahead and mark that up. Neck width 3 by 3 inch. This is just for the basic. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and connect it up like this. You can do straight, right? You kind of a round neck, and I'm gonna connect this part up. Now that I am done doing so, next thing I want to do is to come here and put 1/4 of the round bust. My round bust is 34 divided by 4 is going to give me 8.5. Then I'm going to come here and measure up whatever I have from here to here, which is 7 inch divided by 2 is going to give me 3.5. I'm going to go in by 0.75. Okay. That's closer to 1 inch, but not 1 inch. So once I'm done doing so, I'm going to go ahead now and connect it up like you can see me doing. We are starting on the basic pattern first. Okay, remember I said we're going to be starting all those basic stuff so that beginners will be able to understand on how you can go ahead and do so. So I'm going to go ahead now and mark from the shoulder all the way to where I want this top to end. I'm going to be using 18 inch, whatever I have here. Let me just use 19 inch. Okay, 19 inch will be perfect for me. All right. Normally, your half length will always end on the waistline. Now I'm going to go ahead now put 1/4 of my round waist, the round waist I'm working with is 7 inch. But before we go ahead and put 1/4 of the round waist, what I want to do is to go ahead, take the nipple to nipple divided by 2, which mine is going to give me, my nipple to nipple is 7, okay, divided by 2 is going to give me 3.5 inch. I'll go ahead now, connect this up like this, all the way straight. Remember, this is just a basic pattern. When you're working on a basic pattern, there is no complication. So I'm going to go ahead, there's no stress. I'm going to go ahead now, mark half inch both sides. From the chest line to get the bust point line, I'm going to go down by 2 inch from my chest line. Alright, I'll just mark that point up. From that bust point line, I'm going to go ahead now and connect this up like this. All the way like that. And I'm going to do this part up like so. All the way like this. Now that I am done doing so, the next thing I'm going to do is to put 1/4 of the waist, which mine is 28 divided by 4 is going to give me 7. I'll replace back this 1 inch of that allowance. I'm going to mark that up. Then now I'll go ahead now and connect it up with a straight line. Now we have the basic pattern. To cut the back, the only difference is the neck depth of the back. You're just simply going to come here like this and go down by 1 inch for the back. That's just all. Okay, the neck depth of the back is 1 inch. Alright, then if you're using a fabric that is not stretchy, you simply go ahead and add up 1 inch for zipper allowance. Alright, so we have our basic pattern right there. Now let's create up our darts. To create the dart, what we're going to do is to come here like this from the chest line. We're going to go down by 2 inch. This 2 inch, okay? From that 2 inch, this is where the bust point line is. I'm going to go down by 1 inch. Now, this is what I'm going to do. From this point, I'm going to go in here by 1 inch. Okay, meaning that I'm going to have to come here like this and divide this 1 inch by 2. So they're going to give me 1/2 inch. Then I'll go ahead now, connect it up. Look, this is what I'm going to do from this point. This is the 1 inch we went out, so we're going to do this up. And you see what I've just done there, right? That is the side that you normally go in here by 1 inch. Now, for you to be able to cut this up, if you cut this up like this, you'll notice that this part here, if you cut it up like this, by the time you add it to the back, it's going to have a shortage. So what I always like to do is to come here like this 1 inch, I replace it back here. All right. So 1 inch, even though here it's not going to be 1 inch, you always replace back that 1 inch of allowance. So now that we are done doing so, adding up the center the side, what we're going to do is to come here and measure up whatever I have here and divide it by 2, which is 4.025, which is going to give me this point. Mark that up. I'm going to connect it up like this from here to here. Now that we are done doing so, I'm going to come here like this. I'll do 1/2 inch. You can do 1 inch, okay? 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. After that, just go ahead and connect these points up to it. And okay, we have the basic top. This is a basic top. Normally a basic top will just come simple without this side dark and without this shoulder dark. You just come with this dark. Okay, so we have the basic top and we have some darts manipulation right there. Now we're going to move this right here. We'll go ahead now to draft up our basic skirt. Remember, a basic skirt is very, very simple and easy to go. So I'm going to have to separate the top from it. Now, I have drawn a straight line which is going to be my guidelines. I'm going to go ahead and measure from this straight line downwards. I will mark from the straight line from here. This straight line is considered my waistline, okay? I'm going to go ahead and mark from the waist to the hip depth, all right? From the waist now to the skirt length, depending on you, depending on what you want to make. So I'll be working with whatever I have here. Let me just do 17.5 inch. So I've marked that 17.5 inch. I'm going to go ahead and rule a straight line and rule another straight line here. Ooh. Now, once I'm done ruling that straight line, I have the waist, the hip line, and I have the length of it. Now I'm going to go ahead now on the waistline. I'll put 1/4 of the round waist. Round waist I'm working with is 28 divided by 4 is going to give me 7. I'll add my 1 inch for my dart allowance. 8. I'm going to come on the hip line. I would say the round hip I'm working with, which is mine, is 38 divided by 4 is going to give me 9.5. Now you want to choose if you want a pencil or you want a little bit open. So if you don't want a pencil, simply take whatever you have from here to here and mark it up here, which is 9.5. I'm going to go ahead and mark that point up here. Now this is how I'm going to be connecting it up. This is my pan curve, the pan curve, the hip curve, whatever. I'm going to connect this up from here to here. Now, as you can see, how many rulers am I using? I'm using just 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do this up. You see, once we are done connecting this point, you don't want it to be pointy, so just go ahead and blend it up. Now I'm going to go ahead now and mark up my dart allowance, which is by taking nipple to nipple, divide it by 2, which mine is 7. 7 divided by 2 is going to give me 3.5 inch. I'm going to roll this line to meet the hip depth line, just like this. You see? Now, next thing I want to do is to come down. By 5 inch. Normally it's 2 inch above your hip depth, okay? So mine is, this is 1, 2. All right, so for the front, I always come down by 5 inch, and for the back, you go down by 6 inch. It's 2 inch above your hip depth line. I hope that part is clear. So I'm going to go ahead and connect this up like that, and then I'll rule another line up here like so. Now that we are done, this is going to be the same except of the dart of the back that you normally go is longer than the front. If the front you went down by 5 inch, the back you should do 6 inch because of our bum. All right, now what we're going to do for the front, since it's not straight, we always go ahead now to slant it down here. All right, because the human shape is not straight, slant it down by 1/2 inch, but I'll advise you to do so before adding up your dart allowance. All right, you see, this is the front, but the back is going to be like this. Now, when it comes to a zipper allowance, you know, normally a skirt is supposed to have a zipper allowance. So I'm going to add 1 inch of a zipper allowance. I'm going to connect it up with a straight line. Now, what what we're gonna do to avoid any kind of funny look behind, just come here like this and go in. Let's connect this line to this point. All right, you go in by 1/2 inch. Come here, you want it to be flat, go in by 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. So now we're just gonna go ahead and connect it up like this. This is how I always do it. Right, automatically we have reduced the zipper bulge at the back. Okay, now we have the basic skirt. Like I said, if you don't want it to be a pencil, you go ahead, measure up whatever you have from here to here and mark it up here. But if you want it to be a pencil, you simply come here and you go in by 1.5 inch. You can even do 2 inch. Then you're just simply going to connect it from this part to here like this, depending on what you want to achieve. Do you want a pencil? This is for a pencil. Okay, this part here is for pencil. If you don't want it to be a pencil, this is not for a pencil skirt. So we have the basic skirt. Okay, so I hope that you find this helpful. The basic skirt. All right, and we have the basic bodice. So you can choose. This is for the front. And I drafted it, this part here, like this. You know that the front, you cut it on fold. But for this zipper allowance, you just add the zipper allowance at the back. Don't make that mistake. This like this, you first of all cut the front on fold. Then you go ahead now and cut with the zipper allowance. So I hope this tutorial was helpful. Like I said, we're going to be starting from the beginning. Okay, so and then there's one thing I did not explain for the armhole of the back. Normally the armhole of the back, you connect it up from here. All right, don't make that mistake. So just go ahead and connect it up so you guys will not be confused. The armhole of the back is always connected from here, from this part. You see, this is the armhole of the back. So what you're going to do is to cut the armhole of the back first. I mean, cut your pattern. Let me show you. I have another cut. I'm going to cut. Remember, I'm cutting the back first. Right? I'm going to cut the back from here. This is the back. Let me cut the back of the skirt. So this is the back of the skirt with the zipper allowance. Remember I said the back is from here, not from this part, okay? So if you don't want to do a pencil, you cut it from here. Like this. Okay, if you don't want it to be a pencil, you're going to cut it up like this. Just cut should be like this. And here is the back. Here is the back too. Now, what you want to do is to place this pattern like this on your fabric on fold to cut the front. Once you're done cutting up, to cut the back. Okay? Sorry, you're going to place this on like this. The front, you cut it on fold. The back, you have to add up your zipper allowance, okay? 1 inch for the zipper allowance. But for the back, this is what you're going to do. We're going to have to cut up the neck there. I mean, for the back, after which you cut the back, you cut up the neck there. Now you go ahead now and cut the armhole there for the front. Remember the armhole. That is not the same thing like, you see, we have removed this part for, this is for the back. Now, for my skirt, what I'm going to do, after we should cut the back, okay? Remember, this zipper allowance is for the back. Don't get confused. The zipper allowance is for the back, not the front. You remove this up. You have to cut 2 pieces for the back. And then now, you remove this one because this belongs to the back. Okay. Now, you can go ahead now, cut your front piece on 4. Alright? You cut your front piece on 4. Now, at this part, if you don't want it to be sharp at that corner, simply what you're going to do is to come here like this. Sorry, you're going to come here and go up by 1 inch. You can go up to 1 and up to 2 inch. Then now you're just going to use a curve. You measure up the center of whatever you have and bring it up like this. This way it's not going to be sharp at the corner, at the side, okay? So let me cut that piece up. And you have something like this. Your skirt is going to be like this. It's not going to be sharp, okay? Now, if you don't want it not to be a pencil, I mean, if you want it to be a pencil, you simply go ahead and cut this part off. Remember, I said this part here is not supposed to be looking funny. Okay, we have a pencil skirt. Normally, a pencil is supposed to be straight down here, no curve on the side. So we have the basic bodice and the basic skirt. I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was helpful, give it a thumbs up. Follow me for more. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hope to see you guys very soon. Thank you. Bye. Following you from Zambia. How are you? Well done. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay.